What if I told you that one of the most trusted anti-aging vitamins, the one almost everyone recommends, could actually harm your body if taken the wrong way? And yet, this same vitamin might also be the key to reversing age-related diseases, if you use it the right way. Meet Dr. John Scharffenberg. At 100 years old, he's still active, still teaching, still walking 2 miles a day, no medications, no surgeries. What's his secret? In this video, we'll break down the 3 specific vitamins Dr. Scharffenberg takes every single day, and the exact way he combines them to fight aging at the cellular level. But there's one vitamin, the one he says most people dangerously misuse. I'll reveal that one at the end of this video, because you need to understand how the others work first. Stay with me, because if you care about living long and living well, you're going to want to hear what a 100-year-old Harvard-educated doctor has to say. Let's start with the one habit Dr. Scharffenberg says is more important than any supplement. And no, it's not green juice. They asked Dr. John Scharffenberg, if you had to give up all your supplements but keep one daily habit, what would you choose? He didn't hesitate. His answer wasn't a food or even a vitamin. It was exercise, not intense workouts, not marathons, just walking, every single day. If a person is overweight but exercises daily, they will outlive someone who is at a normal weight but sedentary. At age 100, Dr. Scharffenberg walks at least 2 miles a day. He doesn't do it for weight loss. He does it for his brain, his balance, and his bones. Modern science agrees. Just 1 hour of walking per day can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's by up to 40%. Every hour you move can add 3 hours to your lifespan. That's not motivation. That's math. He also moves with intention. No headphones, no distractions, just nature, oxygen, and awareness. Midlife is when it matters most, he says. If you're in your 40s or 50s and you're watching this, your movement today decides your mind 30 years from now. So while most people obsess over pills, Dr. Scharffenberg bets on consistency over complexity, walking, breathing, moving, daily. But he also says, even with the best habits, the body still changes, and that's where the right nutrients become critical. Coming up next, we'll reveal the most underrated vitamin Dr. Scharffenberg takes daily, and how it helps protect your arteries from hardening. Stay with me. It's probably not what you expect. Dr. Scharffenberg doesn't talk much about trendy supplements, but when asked which vitamin most people are dangerously unaware of, his answer was immediate. Vitamin K2. Most people don't even know it exists until it's too late. Because while everyone focuses on vitamin D and calcium for bone strength, there's a hidden danger. Without K2, calcium can accumulate in the wrong places, like your arteries. It's called vascular calcification, and it's one of the most silent threats to aging bodies. You think you're building stronger bones, but without K2, you might be building harder arteries instead. Vitamin K2 is the traffic cop, Dr. Scharffenberg explains. It tells calcium where to go, bones, not blood vessels. Most people aren't deficient in calcium. They're deficient in K2, the director behind the scenes. It's especially rare in Western diets, unless you eat fermented foods like natto or aged cheeses. But don't worry, Dr. Scharffenberg doesn't expect you to love natto. He supplements K2 daily, and so should you, especially if you take vitamin D or calcium. Here's a wild fact. In one study, people with the highest K2 intake had up to 57% lower risk of dying from heart disease, and yet most multivitamins don't include it. We're only just beginning to understand how vital it is, not just for heart health, but for brain aging, bone density, and possibly Alzheimer's prevention. Dr. Scharffenberg calls it the silent guardian of graceful aging, and that's only the beginning. Because the next nutrient he takes daily doesn't protect your heart, it builds your brain. It's the one that most plant-based eaters are severely lacking. We'll talk about that in a moment. Don't go anywhere. Memory lapses, mental fog, slower thinking, Most people assume these are just signs of getting older. But Dr. Scharffenberg disagrees. The brain doesn't age by accident. He says it ages by neglect. And one of the most neglected nutrients for brain health is choline. Choline is the raw material your brain uses to make acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter responsible for memory, learning, and focus. And yet, studies show that up to 90% of Americans don't get enough. That includes people who eat well, and especially those on plant-based diets. You can eat salads every day and still be choline deficient, Dr. Scharffenberg warns. It's found in eggs, liver, and meats, but far less in most vegetarian sources. Dr. Scharffenberg himself doesn't eat meat, so he makes sure to get choline from tofu, soy lecithin, broccoli, and on most days, a choline supplement, especially important past the age of 50. Here's the wow moment. In one study, seniors who increased their choline intake showed measurable improvements in memory and cognitive performance in just 6 weeks. It's not magic. It's nutrition your brain is starving for. So while other people are chasing nootropics and brain-boosting gimmicks, Dr. Scharffenberg keeps it simple. Protect your mind by feeding it right. We've covered the arteries. We've covered the brain. But what about the immune system, your bones, and even your hormones? That's where the third vitamin comes in. It's powerful and controversial because when used wrong, it can lead to toxicity, fatigue, even hospital visits. And yet, used right, it could be the key to healthy aging for millions. Let's talk about that next. And yes, it's the one I warned you about at the beginning. This is the vitamin I warned you about. It's praised in books, blogs, and wellness podcasts. But Dr. Scharffenberg gives a very different perspective. Vitamin D is powerful, yes, but most people don't understand that power cuts both ways. We all know what it's good for: strong bones, better immunity, hormone balance, mood stability. And yes, up to 70% of older adults are deficient, especially those who live in colder climates or spend little time outdoors. But here's what most people don't realize. Vitamin D is not a vitamin. It's a hormone. And that means dosing matters, timing matters, and more is not always better. Dr. Scharffenberg explains it simply. It's not about taking more vitamin D. It's about absorbing what your body can actually use without overloading your system. Too much vitamin D can lead to calcium buildup in arteries, nausea, weakness, kidney stones, long-term damage to organs. He's seen patients who took 10,000 IU daily without ever testing their blood levels and ended up in the hospital. So what does he recommend? Test your blood levels regularly. Stay within 2,000 IU to 4,000 IU day, unless advised otherwise by a physician. Pair vitamin D with K2 and magnesium to ensure proper absorption and balance. And here's the amazing part. When vitamin D is balanced properly, studies show it can reduce the risk of certain cancers, lower blood pressure, and even improve cognitive function. It's not about the hype, he says. It's about harmony. Nutrients work together, not in isolation. At 100 years old, Dr. Scharffenberg isn't chasing trendy health hacks. He's mastered the foundations, and vitamin D, used wisely, is one of them. Now, you've heard all three nutrients: K2, choline, and vitamin D. But we're not done yet. Coming up next, I'll walk you through Dr. Scharffenberg's complete daily routine: meals, mindset, movement, and the small daily rituals he believes have added decades to his life. This is the part most people never get to see, so don't miss it. We've talked about the nutrients, but what does a day in the life of Dr. John Scharffenberg actually look like? Here it is, the part most people never see. His full daily routine, the small, consistent habits that have helped him live not just longer, but better. Morning. Wakes at 5:30 a.m. without an alarm, spends 10 minutes in quiet reflection or reading, drinks warm water with lemon, walks 2 miles. No matter the weather, the walk is not optional. It's how I reset my body and mind each morning. Mid-morning. Breakfast. Whole grain oatmeal with ground flaxseed, walnuts, blueberries. Supplements. Vitamin K2, vitamin D, 2000 Holland IU, magnesium, and choline. Work and movement. Still lectures at Loma Linda University Span Week. Reads scientific journals to stay sharp. Takes a light walk after lunch. Avoids sitting for more than 30 minutes at a time. The brain was made to move. The body too. Evening. Dinner before 6 p.m. Mostly vegetables, legumes, whole grains. No caffeine, no alcohol, ever. Lights dimmed by 8 p.m. to let melatonin rise naturally. Asleep by 9 p.m. And the real secret? I've never focused on living to 100. I've only focused on doing today, right? His life is simple, but his consistency is rare. No fancy routines, no extreme diets, just daily movement, whole foods, deep purpose, and a calm mind. So here's the real question. What can you start doing today, not to live forever, but to live well? Now? If this inspired you, share it with someone you love, because health isn't just personal. It's something we pass on, through habits, through conversations, and through example. Thank you for watching. And remember, longevity isn't luck, it's lifestyle.